I'm here today with Douglas MacArthur after the termination of his general position. How are you doing today, Mr. MacArthur?
You know, I'm not that great.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Why is that so?
Because I was just bloody fired, you dipstick!
Sorry, Mr. MacArthur. Let's move on. What was your viewpoint on what America should have done during the stalemate of the Korean War?
Wow. I believe that Korea was a place where the communist conspirators had elected to make their place.
Well, I believe that Korea was the place where the communist conspirators had elected to make their play for global conquest. So by and large, we should have attacked China to prevent any such movement towards a more communist state.
Wow. Seems to be an elaborate and sophisticated idea. How did you plan on waging the war on China?
Why, we'd nuke them, of course. We got these big old bombs just sitting around, don't we? Why don't we put them to good use?
That seems like it would certainly win a war against China, but what about their Soviet neighbors? Wouldn't that set off sort of a chain reaction?
No, that's complete balagna. The Russians would never have the audacity to start up the next world war because they know they'd lose. The president believes it's too risky, but I think it's just what we needed to win the war instead of ending in this stupid stalemate.
Thank you for your time and your opinions today, Mr. MacArthur. And that's all the time we have for our former General Douglas MacArthur. Hello, we're back again with our man of the hour, President Harry S. Truman. How are you today, Mr. President?
I'm doing well today as the sun is still shining and the world is still safe.
Well, that is very good to hear, Mr. President. So recent events tell us that some time ago, on April 11th to be exact, you fired one of that seemed like America's finest heroes in General Douglas MacArthur. What fueled your decision to fire such an extravagant leader?
Well, let me tell you, it wasn't easy. But I believe that Mr. MacArthur ideals were not in this country's best interest, and I didn't want any decisions made that could escalate us into World War III.
And what ideals did he have that seemed to be a threat to this country?
Well, Mr. MacArthur wanted to start war with China in order to end the stalemate in Korea and to take out a communist leader while he was at it. Good intentions aside, I do not believe it is a valid course of action. One flaw in his plan is that our policy of containment suggests that we don't interfere with countries that already have a communistic government in place, but only to prevent its spread to other countries that are far from the development of communism.
Am I also correct in saying that General MacArthur wanted to use nuclear weapons to attack China?
Yes, unfortunately that information was considered in the process, but has been considered yet another non-viable option. This dangerous thought process was dangerous enough that I believed action to remove him from planning needed to be taken. Although MacArthur was one of our best, most daring generals, he was too obsessive with violence to have to stay on the force. His comments towards war and use of weapons were a major factor in his removal from office.
Thank you for your time today, Mr. President, and thank you for all the hard work you've done for our country. And that's all the time we have today. My name is Nathan Anderson. This was Channel 145 Interviews.